had violence, right? We've always had like shootings. We've always had like knivings. We've had all these things, but it's almost like it's kind of picked up in the last, I don't know, 3 months, anywhere from like 6 months to 8 months, right? I mean, it was slow, and then all of a sudden, like a brash of certain robberies. People are like saying, "Hey, be careful," because there's a lot of in-home robberies, and we've had robberies before. I live in an area in San Gabriel where we had a lot of home invasion robberies as well, but they're kind of like not as much, if that makes sense. So I don't know if it's a desperation of money that people are trying to like kind of compensate. I don't know if it's a kind of a relaxation of certain legal systems not kind of pressing the way they should. Kind of like I saw an article where I think somebody is going to, yeah, a convicted, or maybe he is a convicted. I don't know his situation. I just know he's gonna like tattoo Gascon because he loves the DA and he's a criminal and he's going to get out soon. So he's like, man, I love this guy. I'm going to put his name on my. He's like, it's a great time for us, you know. But he's talking about like people that obviously know they're committing acts. So his any criminal that kind of goes, I love you, man, you're awesome. So because he gets out and then he could go right back at it. I'm telling you right now, there's no. You want to have criminals scared instead of just like, dude, it's all right, man, we're gonna get out. And that's what we're kind of seeing as of late. I think somebody got some audio tapes of a conversation between two people, and they saw us. So let us know what you think there. We want to know because we need some perspective. Because I feel like the Earth has no perspective on some things. Jesse, what's going on over there?
Yeah, the whole home robbery thing is kind of freaky. The fact that you can't booby trap your house is kind of sad.
But you can't booby trap your house. Why not?
Because if someone, I don't know, you can hurt somebody, you can hurt the thief. I don't know.
Oh, I think that would. Well, I think you could hurt yourself if you forget, right? It would be like, ow, oh, ow, oh, I forgot that was there, you know. But
Like, oh,
or
I
there's an
forgot.
earthquake and you run through it, and you're like, oh, forgot to turn out the off switch. Yeah, but here's the thing. I know Jesse looked up an article and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then I said, I saw this and I'm like, I don't know if I want to make the whole show this, but I will say a lot of you in social media let us know how you're, you know, kind of dealing with all of the crazy. And I know some of you are not in the area, so you don't have to deal with this stuff. Thank goodness. I'm not gonna lie, LA is starting to feel like I don't know how to say it because LA's never been prior to 2020. LA was just LA. Okay, it wasn't like how do I say it? Like you know how Jesse, you're like, dude, I did not want to go to LA. It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the areas I visit were nice at one time, but they started to degrade pretty quickly.
yeah, and that happened really after coronavirus. Not gonna lie, right? Like even Beverly Hills. Okay, Beverly Hills or Rodeo Drive. I used to drive by there quite often, and it was normal. I mean, it was like you just have normal people kind of walking through the streets. Once it got boarded up because of the protesting and all the stuff that happened, because people were upset and mad and angry, and again, that was because of a lot of the injustice that was happening, with certain police officers and certain people that were being arrested, being suffocated and such, and then being shot out of nowhere. That was a situation, but has it recovered? I would say I don't know. Now there's robberies in broad daylight with sledgehammers just going through like windows, and it's not the first one that you report on, Jesse. That has me concerned. It's the latest ones because there's like a string of them all hitting malls with glass cases. So it's almost like, are they going to beef up security? Do they have to beef up security? Is it a case where someone goes, hey, good idea, let's go get a sledgehammer and just do the same thing? Because it's a repeat thing, right? People that are desperate just go, hey, let's go get a sledgehammer. And sometimes they carry a gun too. So don't think that just because they carry, a sledgehammer, like, and it's weird that I even say that because at what point was a sledgehammer ever like, I'm going to say a staple in a thief's bag. You know what I mean, Jesse?
Right? Maybe like a like a small hammer, like a little mini mallet, but not a sledgehammer.
I know they're so heavy. Like, how do you run with that? You know, so what I would do if they actually drop it is, well, they wear those gloves, and then they wear the face mask, and then they wear the hoods, right? So you never know who they are. So I think if anything, that's kind of what they get away with. So I'm all for cameras being upgraded. And having certain things, especially on the outside, because then you can see the vehicle drive away, right? Because they always have the grainy vehicle, and you can never see the license plate. You're like, dude, how did like the shows? I don't know if you watch the shows like let's see, what is it, NCIS, or they're like, give me a picture of that, then they blow it up and they go, okay, turn down the grain on that, turn this down, dun dun dun, and then and then they go, oh, there's a license plate. It's almost like we have to go back to that, and just very basic stuff. Social media chat room. Let's see who's tuning in. Mark Blevins, Lenora Cuellar. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Mark Blevins says hashtag home invasions. Butters. Let's see. Got the little coffee mojo like that. Lenora says, hi everyone. I have to be AWOL. Hope all is good. Let's listen. I'm not sure what that AWOL means. Let's see. Viviana says, awesome. Good morning to all here. Rosalie says, happy Friday Eve. Oh, that's right. It is Thursday. Thank you for reminding me. Mark Blevin says, hashtag good morning, TGIF. I like that. I know it means Thursday. TGI. Remember TGIF? Oh, I love that show. I know. I always go back to that. Stephanie Reese says, hello. Happy editing this glorious, glooming, awesomeness, busy day ahead for today. Seriously, I love how she's always prospectively optimistic. Okay, people. There's a lot of things going on, and Jesse, I know you have a story that you want to share because I think we need awareness for our kids at school. What's going on over there?
Okay. So yeah, yesterday we were talking about you mentioned crazy stories. So I came up with something like, yeah, random stabbing or something like that. Yeah. So after the show yesterday's, a news story popped up on my feed. I'm like, oh, did I manifest that? And then I'm like, oh no, I don't want to say that because that's wrong. But apparently, a 15-year-old student who was stabbed by an intruder at a high school in Stockton has died. So a trespasser entered the front of their school and stabbed one of their students multiple times. Unfortunately, she did not make it, Stockton Unified School District Superintendent said. The Stockton Police Department said the stabbing happened shortly after 11 a.m. The teen was attacked, and the guy later was identified as Anthony Gray of Stockton. But my thing is, why was he allowed onto the school property?
Yeah.
And that's my thing. It's just like, and then it's just, I don't know, because if it's just a car driving, are you really going to stop it?
Right.
And I don't know. It's just like, how do you protect yourself from that? From just someone who just randomly decides to get out of their car and stab somebody.
Yeah, and the fact that she died from it is it said fatally, right? Because she did, and she's only what, 15?
Yeah, that hurts the most. It's 15. She's way too young. She has her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah.
It's just like every time I hear a story about a kid under 18 passing away from stupid stuff like this, it makes me angry. Because it's just like, I can guarantee you he's not gonna get any like penalties against him. What, he'll go to jail for a couple years, that's it.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of like sometimes, and the criminal system, I've been looking at some of the dates on this, and I'm like, how come they're not going away for as long as they used to? Like, what's going on there, And like, some of the crimes don't fit the time. Does that make sense? And then they amplify the time on certain people that I'm like, so they were upset at each other, so what? Like, nobody got hurt in the middle of it. So yeah, I'm just not okay with that. I think I heard somebody who had a DUI situation and he drove without a license and he got off with just a penalty. And I'm like, dude, that guy deserves more jail time, you know what I mean? And I think he'll probably get maybe some jail time for like 3 months or so. And that's if he turns up, right? How many people don't turn up to things? We're doing an honor system with people that obviously get away with things already. Like why would you do that, It takes more time, honestly. to go find them, which is why they kind of give up on that. I think that's what criminals hope for, especially in certain areas or like community districts. I mean, this one's in Whittier. I'm like, what is going on with Whittier? Whittier is kind of dumb over there, but there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, so there's that one. And then there's this one, Jesse. And this one they're looking for. So if anybody has any information on this suitcase, I'm not sure how much people will get on this, but this is kind of necessary for people to be aware of, because at least the other guy they caught, right? This one is still outstanding. Okay. Authorities are working to ID the body found, which was, and I don't even want to say it the way it's printed, but I almost have to. This is the headline: police working to identify boy found in suitcase in heavily wooded part of Indiana. Luggage described as hard shell Las Vegas suitcase with bold pattern. They say he was stuffed in it. Okay, this is a little boy, and they don't even know who this boy, like, whose kid is this boy. They don't even know that, Jesse. So it's probably a missing kid, which I say, hold on to your little ones, hold on to them, right? Do not let them stray far, And if they're like, kind of, I don't know, because some kids get a little like, why are you being that way? You're like, I don't want you to end up like this. People are getting taken from like public areas, you know what I mean? An unidentified young boy found dead in a heavily wooded part of southern Indiana over the weekend, stuffed inside a suitcase, authorities revealed. The boy was found near Sellersburg in Washington County, Indiana. Now, I know you are from, surrounding areas. I get that. But it's always good. You never know who's tuning in at any given time, right? So I hope they get this guy within at least 3 days, Police described the suitcase in which he was found as having a hard shell with a bright, bold pattern featuring a welcome to Las Vegas sign. An autopsy on the child didn't determine a definitive cause of death. A toxicology report may provide more answers, but that could take 3 to 6 weeks. Authorities said the top priority right now is determining the boy's identity. And I get that. That way they could trace the steps of this guy, right? And hopefully the camera systems, again, that's the only thing that I think saves people at this point, is camera systems, right, Jesse? What do you want to say?
Most definitely. What was weird about this story before it blew up, I was going to mention this story last week. And the only reason I was going to mention it was because of the reason why he was found.
Oh, because it came up?
Well, I didn't even realize it was this story that you were talking about.
Oh.
Because as I was looking into it, I was like, oh, that's the story I wanted to talk about. Because it was about a guy who was mushroom hunting. So that's why he was found, because he goes deep into the forest, because that's where all the mushrooms are.
Got it.
So it was just lucky that this mushroom hunter was able to stumble upon this suitcase.
Right. All right, I get it. Yeah, they believe he was, and this is sad, I don't want to say this, but they believe he was about 5 years old and died within the last week. He was a thin child, roughly 4 feet tall. Police said they do not have any solid indication that he was from the area, so the search for clues is nationwide. A national tip line has been set up. So if you have information or someone who does, let them know they need to call. Anyone with information that could help identify the boy is urged to call Detective Matt Busick with the Indiana State Police at 812-248-4374 or 1-800-872-6743. I do hope they catch this guy quick, fast. I want to see this guy, and I want to see what he looks like, and I want to see what kind of demeanor he has, and what kind of what I mean? That is the thing that we need to really squash, and we need to give them the most severe punishment possible allowed, seriously, and then here's the question: if he did that to a young boy, how many others have gone missing like that have not been found?
Ooh, yeah, I don't want to even think about that, because then I'll start thinking about, is this his first one or is it his 20th one?
Yeah, and if he does go missing, how many more are going to go missing? You get it? So that's why they got to catch this guy. They got to catch this guy and any guy that likes this type of guy, because anybody that's like, oh, well, that's not that. Oh man, you are insane. All right, okay, we're gonna take a quick little break. We got more coming up. Shout out to Yanet Gonzalez who's tuning in on social media. Thank you. We appreciate you. We'll be right back with more right after these messages.
You're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW. That's 1-800-616-4LAW.
It's the Rockefellers Music Festival, May 21st and 22nd at the Dysart Equestrian Center in Banning, with headliners Pat Travers, Boom Boom, Owl's Gonna Lie, the Zappa Band, Crazy Town, Come My Lady, Come My Lady, and Cottonmouth Kings. Plus, more than 21 rock bands playing tributes to Van Halen, Ozzy Osbourne, Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, and more. RV camping, food, vendors, and a great time for all. Let's go live outside at the Rockefellers Music Festival. Tickets at rockefellers.live.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel Lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you for spending time with us. I will say this. I brought up that last story, and then this story came up, and I'm not about making it all about this, but you really got to be careful out there, Jesse. I don't know how this lady, because they're really looking for information, this hit the headlines, and I feel bad about this because she's obviously, young and, had lots of life in front of her. But this is the picture of a young lady. The NYPD is searching for the person who stabbed a New York City mother to death and dumped her body in a large rollable duffel bag. Police sources told ABC News. Now, just after 8 a.m. Saturday, authorities responded to a 911 call reporting a suspicious duffel bag with blood on a Queens, New York street corner. According to the NYPD, they said this to ABC News. Officers found 51-year-old Orsolya Gall inside the bag. I'm not going to lie. She looks like 38, to be honest. Gall was stabbed dozens of times, according to police sources. The medical examiner's office said she died from sharp force injuries to the neck. A trail of blood from the duffel bag led to Gall's Queens home, police are saying. According to police sources, Gall may have known her killer. It's believed she went out for the night while her husband was out of town, and it appeared she was killed in her basement. I got questions already. Detectives are looking to speak with 3 men whose numbers were found in Gall's phone, sources say. Ooh, that's highly, highly one of those things you go, what is going on there? So I don't know. We'll wait to see what happens there. But like I say, whatever is the situation in your life, make sure you know the people that you're talking to, because anybody that could do that, and then, you know what I mean? And like that's a whole other level, Jesse. That's man, I hate to say this, but anything NY, I watch a lot of shows with my mom. I don't know if you guys know that, but like NYPD or let's see, Blue Bloods or there's some stuff that you go, oh man, Law and Order, right? Dun dun, and then you see these things first time, you're like, oh, and you never think it's gonna be around you, but there are people that I always say, you never know, you could be shopping with them, they could be right behind you or in front of you at Walmart, right, Jesse? Exactly.
Exactly. I'm just looking at the article about this woman. How do you stab 58 times? How do you stab someone 58 times?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I don't know. You'd have to really, really, really hate this person.
Yeah.
Or just be like somehow just like emotionally attached to her or something like that.
Yeah, well, and that's the question. The fact that according to the report, her husband was out of town, right? And then her phone shows several men's numbers. At least they got something to go on, right? I guarantee you each one of those men are being visited, right? Because that's the first ones you track down. And then the question is, how long were those calls? Were they just normal calls? Were they business calls? Were they something else? And then was she doing something behind the scenes? Was she doing something not behind the scenes? Because investigators have to consider it all. You have to go kind of with your gut first and then dispel everything and then say, okay, let's go not for the gut. But sometimes the gut kind of says what it is. So I would go with the whole situation of, okay, your husband's out of town. This happened in your basement. What was the guy doing inside your house? Or was it a random attack? Because that could happen, right? But if like some of her friends go, yeah, she kind of, when he was out of town, this, that, or the other, or sometimes people have like an open relationship, you know what I mean? Like he does something on the outside. So I would see his demeanor first and be like, were you really out of town, right? That's the first one, right? You go for the husband always. And then once you kind of go, all right, then you watch he, but then you go, okay, who are the rest of the people? And I'm glad they at least went through the phone record, because then they could see like how long those phone records are leading up to the situation, and then say, all right, where do we go with that? So I think if anything, they might at least get something sooner than later. But again, these things are happening all over the thing, all over. And if the guy had enough time to put her in a duffel bag, I mean, like, I got so many questions on this.
Yeah, I already came up with a bunch of little scenarios on what would happen, but yeah, I don't think I would be able to fit in a duffel bag unless you chop me up in.
Jesse, I don't want to think like that. Jesse's tall, man. He got a lot of meat on him.
I got meat on my bone, so you won't fit me in a duffel bag.
Only a cannibal would be like, yeah, Jesse, I'm gonna have food for days.
Yeah, I'm difficult to kidnap, so you can't lift me over your shoulders. So.
He's like, you gotta work for it, man. All right, whatever. Okay, let's see. Rosalie says, sadly, it's a huge possibility. May have been his own parents. Even some mothers are evil. Oh, you're talking about the kid? I would say no. There is no mom who will put a kid in a suitcase ever. That's a whole other level. A guy, yes. Guys have the mentality of putting people in suitcases for a reason. It's a profiler's... let me put it this way. Some profilers love to profile guys like this because once you get it, you understand it. People that put people in suitcases have a problem with control, okay? It's called, I'm going to put you in a place that I have everyone look at, but they don't know what's inside. It's almost like when they roll around with it, they roll around knowing what's inside, but no one on the outside knows what's inside. And that's how they actually behave. So they're very like, how do I say it? Like they're rarely good looking. They're very like, so I think like a guy wearing glasses that like has a newspaper sitting on the street, but he knows no one knows what's in the suitcase. It's a very interesting demeanor, but women don't usually have that. If they stab you, they kill you, and they bury you, okay? They bury you. They don't keep a child in a suitcase. Now, would he have done this to an adult? I would say yes. Now, was he a pedophile? I would say yes. Okay, he's a pedophile. He did something, and then he put the little one in a suitcase. That's a pedophile, okay? Number one, okay? So I would look for pre-existing pedophilia and or they'll never get a girl, but they don't want a girl. They want the kid. And this is something that women need to know. Sometimes you date, and you date guys that you think are all in it for you. They're not in it for you. They're in it for the daughter. All right? So be careful, okay? I've had to advise 3 people on this. I said, hey, be careful with that guy because that guy is weird. So be aware of it and then look for the signs and then trust your instincts. Don't fight it, all right? I'm writing a story, actually. I'm almost done. I'm halfway through. It's called A Good Father. But I don't know, I might use a different title, I'm not sure. But it's about abuse, okay? And there are a lot of people that get abused while young, and they forget they got abused while young, or they make it okay when they grow older. So don't make it okay, all right? Jump on it, get it out of the way, report it, get it out of the way, because you never know when it's going to go next level, all right? So be careful of that. All right, let's see, social media, tuning in, let's see, yeah, Rosalie says, nope, I researched for domestic violence deaths, even with parents and kids and mothers are some narcissists too. Yeah, but women, if you do the research, just talk to a profile. I have some FBI friends, and, every now and then we kind of break bread, and I say, hey, what about this? What about that? And they go, yeah. So it's a thing. All right, people, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Staff and families at Custom Care Solutions Caregiver take this time out to recognize and salute the Palm Desert men and women in uniform, standing tall for our political and economic freedoms around the world. Let's always remember them in our thoughts and prayers. Their efforts abroad and our support have kept America strong. That message was courtesy of your good friends at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers, 42201 Beacon Hill in Palm Desert. They're always working to keep our community moving in a positive direction.
Does shame, guilt, and martyrdom play a part in holding ourselves back from self-love, self-confidence, self-empowerment? Ambika Waters is back. With over 3 million books sold, she offers her 28th, Releasing Shame, Guilt, and Martyrdom. Her body of work includes training programs held in Europe and North America, where she connects her participants to the realms of angels, the importance of chakras, the healing power of color and sound. Ambika Waters, the journey that she has been on, the renowned teacher, artist, and healer, has brought a lifetime of experience to her newest book, Releasing Shame, Guilt, and Martyrdom. How to reframe the past, release your future, the guide to expanding our unlimited goodness. AmbikaWaters.com, Amazon.com. Love, love, love.
Your pharmacy and mobility solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have PacuMeds. No more counting on. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD, wheelchairs, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
World-renowned psychologist, relationship expert, and best-selling author Dr. Carmen Hara hosts Live Now every Friday morning at 9 o'clock on Smart Talk Radio. Dr. Hara offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Experience your own positive transformation as Dr. Hara personally guides you to the answers that you have been seeking. Live Now with Dr. Carmen Hara every Friday morning at 9 o'clock Pacific Time on KMET Radio, podcast. I think your microphone is turned off on Facebook.
Oh yeah, it totally is. Yeah, sorry, I was talking a lot, but you're right. Thank you, Jesse. For those of you too, yeah, sorry about that. I had the mute button on. Let me put it this way: there are a lot of things that happen in the world, and we have to be aware of it. Okay, so here's the reality. This story is for the ones going, nope, I know killers, and I'll say this: you don't want to know killers. Okay. A 51-year-old Tampa woman has been sentenced to 6.5 years in prison for, get this, Jesse, attempting to hire a hitman on the dark web to kill her ex-boyfriend's wife.
Wow. You can easily just do that on the internet? No, I know you can't.
It's like Fiverr, you know. I need somebody to do this for me. U.S. District Judge Stephen Merriday ordered Deanna Marie Stinson to serve 3 years of supervised release and to pay more than $12,000 in restitution and a fine. The judge noted it was difficult to determine the right sentence for the highly educated church-going, business. Of course she's church-going, businesswoman who prosecutors described as calculating and brazen in seeking someone to kill another woman. This is ladies, man. They get vicious. Judge Merriday said Wednesday, it is true these two people exist. They are actually the same person. Stinson pleaded guilty in January. Well, at least she did that. So a single charge of murder for hire. Prosecutors sought a 9-year sentence, which was on the higher end of the federal sentencing guidelines. The website, which was not named in court, thank goodness, existed on the dark web. Everybody's like, where's the dark web at? Which is where some people go to buy illegal goods and services in online marketplaces. She admitted to making several transactions last summer on the website, which offered, Jesse hit this like Fiverr, hitman services. So you get paid to hit people with the gun?
Yeah, all I have to say is you have to use a special browser to go onto the dark web. I would not use my actual computer to do that. I would not do that if you have no knowledge of what you're doing. So do not go on there. It is a horrifying place.
Sounds horrifying. I mean, for people that want Hitman, they're all like, where is this dark web at? Okay, look, for the people in the room, all right, there's always a better way to go about it, okay? Now, certain ones that are pedophiles, dude, Hitman, please. All right, I'm all right with that. Certain murderers, I'm fine murdering the murderer, right? Certain people that do harm to others, well, it's kind of like one of those things. Do you wait for them to get justice? I say yes. Turn them in when it's like known. All right, there's a lot of mothers that don't believe the kids that say, hey, he did something to me, or they kind of try to say, but you know what they're saying. But then some mothers actually, I'll go with this one, Rosalie. There are some mothers that actually just sit back and don't do anything to the man who the kids say abused them when they were young. Okay, there's a lot of women like that. They don't move on. They don't do anything to protect their family, which is their family. They protect the man, but they never protect the rest of the family. Assistant U.S. Attorney Lisa Thewell displayed screenshots showing banner photos of a spent shell casing, a man in a hoodie brandishing a handgun, and other images. The pricing page detailed various acts. They have prices for this stuff. Death by shooting was listed at a minimum of $5,000. Okay. I like this one, actually. I would totally go for this one if I was that guy. Death by sniper, $20,000. That's what you got to pay for a sniper, you're away from, he can't, man, anybody could die at this point. And beating, people get paid to beat, was $2,000. A beat down. I get that. I get like an abuser, like, you know what I mean? But I want to be like, don't ever abuse them again, or I'm going to beat you down because you don't know where I come from. I get that. That's like a Batman thing, you know what I mean? Like a beat down. You think beating a little kid is fun? All right, we'll get this, you know what I mean? It turns out the website was a scam. Oh, there it is. So it's called Hello. So everybody's like, I'm going, wait, do I get caught or not? But Stinson, unaware of the scam, made several posts on the website's public message forum seeking to order a hitman for a Florida job, according to the newspaper. Records showed she made 5 Bitcoin transactions totaling $12,307.61. Well, she paid a lot, right? She must have not liked this lady. She included the intended victim's name, address, and a photo. And if I was this lady, Jesse, like if you were that guy, I'm not saying you are that guy, but if you had like a lady and then the lady's husband wanted you dead, what would you do with that, Jesse?
Like if my
No. This is like an ex. Like you haven't seen her like in 3 years, and like her husband, who now is in her life, he's like, I hate you because she has your picture everywhere, and she follows you on social media, and she's on your Instagram page, and she constantly likes your stuff. I hate you. And now he's like, I want this Jesse dead. You know what I mean? What do you do with that?
Yeah, no, I'll move.
You don't know what to do. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not even worth the headache.
No, it's not. So, but there are people like this out there, man. The FBI was alerted, interviewed the intended victim, and learned of the husband's previous relationship with Stinson. An undercover agent contacted Stinson in August, posing as a hitman. Thank God. The agent told Stinson in a recorded phone call that was played in court that he had been watching the couple. He said he would make it look like a robbery and sought assurances that Stinson wanted to go through with it. She did not back out. You know, that's like those, those ones that you go, like they have a camera on and then you see them, like, there's a couple shows that do that. I'm not going to say that because they're not on our network. But when she found out, he told her to act surprised when she found out. He said, don't do anything different. She'll be dead within 2 weeks. Stinson was arrested in September. Let's see. Federal defender Alec Hall said, I cited the old adage, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Yeah, true. I think that's what happened in this case. Stinson's parents and friends attended the hearing. They told the judge Stinson held a master's degree in accounting, ran her own financial services business, and served as the chief financial officer for her church. She's the CFO of the church, and she wants somebody dead? Ooh, I'm telling you, that is, those are the ones that say, man, you 100% guilty. How dare you not read the Bible? You're like, how dare you got somebody killed? But somehow in the head, it doesn't translate. You know what I mean? It's like you're judged by their own actions, but do they judge themselves? No! They go like, nah, I'm all right with this. Stinson apologized in court. Thank goodness. She told the court, I wish there was another word for sorry. I am truly sorry that my brokenness could bring discord to their family. Wait, they had a family? And you wanted her dead? Oh, man, Jesse, this is a whole other level of weird.
I'm just thinking of like, could you not talk to her about your problems? Communication is key, people.
I think she got upset that like this lady took her man from her, and she couldn't see straight. You know what I mean? That look.
I understand about getting angry, but hiring a hitman, come on.
I think it was that look, Jesse.
That's a little extreme.
You know what? I wasn't going to, but now that I know more information on this story, I'm going to, okay? At first I was like, okay, I don't know the full story, but I would want to know if I would like, you know, like you go on dating sites and you're like, okay, you see a person, you're like, can I trust you? Can I? And then you're like, well, guys in the room, if you see this lady when she gets out, run. This is her, all right? Deanna Marie Stinson. She looked like that face like, it's just, I had a hard. Yeah, right, you didn't have it hard. You just go get another man. Actually, I'd say don't even get any man because seriously, all the ladies in the room are like, ah! So there you go. She look innocent. I get that. She educated. I get that. But at the same time, no, okay? Just no. Any Bible preaching person who goes and contracts a person, pays the money, $12,000 to get your lady killed? No way, Jose. So that's what I'm going with. There you go. Anyway, what do you got to say in social media? All right, people, we're going to take a quick little break. Let's see. Rosa says, we need a Black Table morning show where we could call in to discuss crazy dark stories. Oh, I guarantee you have several. All right, we'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Express Frame thanks our troops and veterans for everything they've done so fearlessly for us on a daily basis. Send letters or care packages and get blood. Also offer a veteran a job or discount on your local product. It'll be greatly appreciated. That's from Sue and Alex of Express Frame, your complete framing experts with a reputation that precedes them. For more information, call 760-773-9228. Veteran discounts available. That's Express Frame in Palm Desert, the area's best for your framing needs. And they're waving their flags high, saying USA all the way.
Are you a self-published author that maybe underestimated the challenges of marketing your own book? I'm Suzanne Lynn, and we help authors sell more books through video interviews and radio advertising. You see, a professional video interview is really an author's secret weapon for marketing because it makes an emotional connection with your reader that can be posted to social media, YouTube, your book's landing page and website, your Amazon author page, and even sent to media to request interviews. We guarantee that video interview will be viewed by a minimum of 3,000 people in your target audience. And let's face it, no one can sell your book better than you speaking about it yourself. Plus, we can run commercials on our nationwide network of radio stations that targets your specific reading audience. Find out more at GiveMyBookWings.com. That's GiveMyBookWings.com. Again, GiveMyBookWings.com.
Summer's almost. That means sunny days and hot temperatures that make you want to stay inside. Franklin Mechanical Systems can repair or replace your air conditioning unit to get it working before the heat hits. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems is the one for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and get cool today.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Welcome back, as it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you on social media. Speaking of social media, I have to share this before we share your story, Jesse. Adanda B was less than thrilled to learn that his wife was pregnant with their third daughter, provoking some strong opinions on the matter. The footage, originally uploaded by the mom at kc.fulton, gained over 42 million views. If you haven't seen this one, pull it up. It's on TikTok. Jesse's like, I got this. Okay, so you let me know what you think, because I haven't seen it, all right? But it gained even more traction when it was posted to Twitter by user Not Captain America. Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and tweet this out. That way you guys can see it. Let me go to that tweet, because that one I can go to pretty quick and fast. Now on this, it looks like they have limits on it. It probably got flagged. Whatever. It's probably still on TikTok. Never mind. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time Adana has gone viral for throwing a tantrum at a gender reveal party. Jesse, what did you see there?
Someone get this man a giant man diaper, a giant bottle, and a pacifier. Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? It's that bad? What did you see? Describe it.
Okay, so you know gender reveals, they do the colors, the pinks, the blue. So from what it looks like, it was pink, and then he had like a little hissy fit and he stormed off. Because I guess he wanted a boy.
Oh, okay. Is that what's going on?
Yes. Like he had like an ugly reaction to the fact that he's having a girl instead of a boy. So, yeah, man, child. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, I'm looking at the footage now. Oh, what a dummy. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought, though. He was just disappointed because he already has two girls. He just wants a boy. I get that. Then I think that the headline is wrong. Angry dad's ugly reaction to gender reveal. But I get it, because it's like, what does that say to the young one later, right? Like, be happy you're getting a child. You know what I mean? Anyway, I mean, look, how do I say this? Yeah, I don't think he has the right perspective, because every guy wants a daughter, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I would love a young little daughter. I'm not going to lie, okay? I think about it often. When I was married first, when I was, and I got married young. I got married at 19 until I was 28, right? And then I like in the later years, because my wife didn't want a child, but in the later years, I was like, I kind of would be all right with that. And I'm not going to lie, I always wanted a daughter, right? Now, later on in life, I kind of had like one who adopted me as her father and kind of goes to me for advice and stuff. She's now 18. But, you know, she's like a daughter, you know what I mean? You know how sometimes you adopt people, you know, in a way? But she graduated recently. I was there, and when her mother died, which she died recently from coronavirus, that's the one I shared here on the show. It was very important, you know, that she have somebody in her life that says, hey, I know you since you were young, you know, let's do the right thing. So I call her a goddaughter, even though I'm not Catholic. Because it makes sense to people. You know how people kind of like take ownership of other people and kind of like take care of them and kind of help them along the way. So I call her goddaughter, even though I'm not Catholic. I always have to state that to the people in the room that are like, are you Catholic? Because she's not Catholic. You know, I'm not Catholic. But it was just the best way of saying it, because when her mom was alive, we would all hang out. You know, we would take, you know, care of each other with like advice and like, what do you do? And, you know, and her father, who she thought was unalive for a long time, she found later on. And she was happy that she found him. And then she kind of met him, and then she was like, ugh. So she's like, I don't want to know him. I'm going to call you Dad from now on. I'm like, oh, all right. You know, so I was like, you know what I mean? So in that way, I kind of got like a adopted daughter. You know what I mean? Not flesh and blood, obviously, but you know how it is. There's certain people that have that throughout life. And I've had like little like, you know, like ones I babysat like at the age of, honestly, I think 8 months. You know, to like, I've seen them grow up now. They're like 10, you know, they're like my little, I wouldn't say they're like a nephew, you know what I mean? But they're not blood, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's something about having a young one that you get to have. Now, did this guy want a boy? Yeah, obviously so. But still, the kind of way he went about it, it's like, oh, come on. You know, so Twitter user not in Captain America gained over 10,000 replies when he posted, serious question about these type of videos. What do you think is communicating to the other little girls when their dad reacts like this? I would say that. Always be good with what is going to be, you know, eventually, you know. In the video, we see the Fulton family gathered together for a gender reveal photo shoot with her husband and 2 daughters by her side. Which again, that's not a good way to be around your kids, you know. Casey Fulton lifts an umbrella above her head and opens it, showering the family with a flurry of bright pink petals. As the mom and daughters squeal with delight, Dad angrily shouts and curses. He cursed?
I don't know, because I have the volume down, and if I play the volume,
yeah, don't play it. We have to dump it.
I did not want to do that.
Yeah, glad you did it. Eventually, he crosses back into the video only to cuss angrily again. Oh, I didn't see the full thing. I just saw him walk away. Okay, all right. I don't want to bring it up because it slows down my computer. Then you guys get like frozen there, so I don't want to do that.
Okay, that makes it worse then.
Yeah. He goes next. Oh, they say he's acting like a 2-year-old. I wouldn't post this at all. I'd also stop having kids with him too. Babies are blessings, period. I would post it and say, are you dumb? And then I'd say, lady, I think you're going to have to get away from that guy at some point, because that is the wrong behavior of, obviously, like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do when the baby's born? Walk away and have an affair? Because I guarantee that's where you're going. All right, people, we're going to have to take a huge break. We'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same channel. We're out of time. Thank you for making it fun, and we'll see you same place, same channel. Bye-bye, everyone. For those of you still here, let me go ahead and show you the little tantrum, okay? Because I didn't want to slow it down, because when we stream and then we do everything, it's kind of like weird. But let me bring it up here. Let me see if it comes up. I don't know why it's not coming up on my Twitter properly. It says, we're unable to view this tweet because its account owner limits who can view their tweets. Well, that's dumb. Learn more. Okay, I'll learn more and then see if I can bring it up. Nope, evidently I can't, which makes no sense. Because it's on the article. So let me bring up the article first and then I'll show you guys. Let's see if it goes all the way through. Oh, he really does. Oh, this is weird. Okay, so here it is. Check it out. Let me bring it up. If it slows down your connection, I apologize, but just let me know what it does here. So here it is. Here's the gender reveal. Okay, and I will say, his behavior is completely unfounded. Okay, let me get it kind of big so you can see it, and that way you could kind of judge it for yourself, right? Because we all know we judge. That's who we are, right? Okay. For those that say they don't, they do. All right, so there it is. Okay, see the little one. All right, this is so cute, and then the other little one. Oh, so cute. This is so cute. And he's like, oh, he looked like night dad, and the lady like, all right, yay, I'm gonna show you what it is in just a minute. And you know, she already knows, obviously. So here it is. She opens it up. Pink. Yay! He walks away. Now I'm not turning up the volume because I don't want to hear what he says. The little girl like, oh hello, yay, yay, yay. She's happy, of course, right? Now he walks back into frame and he's cussing up a storm. What's that about? Like, dude, like, chill. Look at the kids. They're so cute. They're just like, yay, we got a little girl. That's so cute. We get another sister. Yay. What's wrong with you, bud? Like, seriously, be happy you have life coming into your life, right? Isn't that the right thing? I would say that would be the right thing, right? Be happy for the little one that's coming, especially a little daughter. I mean, who doesn't want a little daughter? I mean, I get it. Sometimes tantrums throughout the ears and stuff. But at the end of the day, you still have a little child. That behavior is completely unfounded. Seriously. Like, what's going on there? Yeah, I would question that guy's perspective because at the end of the day, when you get old and it looks like you're already kind of that, you're getting there, buddy. You're going to want them to take care of you. Is that the video you want out there? I would say I'm glad that they recorded it and they actually streamed it because, yeah, people are definitely posting their thoughts about that. What do you say about that now that you see that? Let's see. The mom and daughter squeal with delight as dad shouts and curses. And you know what? This is the type of thing that when you see this, you go, what's going on behind the scenes, right? Is this guy going to stay around for long? I would say no. Okay, this is the type of guy, when she's pregnant, is going to probably step out on her, right? All right, you ladies, you know that, and men, you've seen it. Let's see. Eventually crosses back in the video, only to cuss angrily again. Now, the caption reads, I swear he's happy. That's a lady who defends the man, but he's a douche. Yep, I said it. Viewers did not hold back their response. Another comment read, I think the marriage will be over for me right at that moment. Yep. But you know what, ladies, in that position, don't view it that way. They go, no, he's no. And they cover over it. That's called, what does that guy do when he's unhappy, right? Let's see. I would say he's probably a mental abuser. I think he's that type of guy. Because the way she looks away, she's used to that behavior. And that's not behavior you want to be used to. If you're looking for a guy, ladies, look for a guy that says, yay, no matter what. And he hides it, right? Because every guy that knows, yeah, it would be good to have a son, or they hope, you know, it's that. But it's not cussing and then ranting. Like, what's going on with you, man? Like, seriously. Let's see. Wrote another user. Same vibe with gender reveals when dad jumps up and down and gets excited because finally a boy. Here's another one. I hate this. Telling your daughter you don't want her or that she already disappointed you before she was born. Don't have kids if you're going to continue to burden them with impossible expectations. Thank you for that one. Seriously. I can see the angels going, dude, like what? I'm like, you deserve a better guy. Let's see. Another comment read, I hope the baby that's coming never sees this. This is awful. Let's see. Since going viral at Casey.Fulton has disabled comments on all the controversial video, I say, why, man? Get that out there. Get the conversation started. But in the following video, she insists that her husband loves all of his girls and they love him. I get that. Well, of course they love him. They're so cute. Let's see. The caption reads, he has loved his baby since the second he found out we are having them. He is a good dad. Told you. She's totally defending the guy. Let's hope all three Fulton girls and every daughter around the world will be celebrated and loved all their lives. That's the end of the statement of this article. Here's what I say. Men, get a life, man. Get your head, like, in the right place, all right? When you get to be, like, 80, who do you think is going to take care of you? You think your wife? I don't think so. I think you're probably going to stray. I think this guy already strays. That's my comment. I'm going to stick to it. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.